making is about drawing out a certain experience of a person and transform this into an image either in a form of painting, a composition, and a production. Soul making is like telling a story about a certain experience that you have using art. It could be in the form of painting, sculpture, and craft. It is probably called soul making because it comes from one's own experience in a real life experience. Usually nga na kaya mo portrait ra sa painting itself is the highlight or the brief moment ra nga sa experience nga gusto ipakita sa naghimo sa art. Pero of course, it comes with a deeper meaning. And sometimes masabtan sa viewers unsay buot ipasabot siya sa maker, pero usahay kay dili labaw nag-profound pag-portrait sa art. The audience must have first is style, refers to the distinctive handling of elements and media. And in making this kind of art, you have your own style since imo man ang kaugaling experiences ikaw sa damo kasabot, which makes the art unique. Second is form, is what the audience sees. Next is about the form. It is also very important to consider your audience in making your art, especially if it is intended to be seen and reflected by others. The third and the last is content, is the subject matter and underlying meanings of themes. Lastly is content. As what I have said, sometimes the audience find itself hard to understand the context of painting, especially for those who are really not into painting, but to those who put value and appreciation in art, it would be easier for them to understand.
Soul making is a metaphor. The term soul making is a metaphor. The word metaphor is comprised of two Greek words. Meta means above and phero means to carry. So, metaphor is an image or phrase that carries the reader above the literal sensory realm into the realm of invisible imagination. So, ang term nga soul making kay metaphor. Ang word nga metaphor kay gikumbahin og duha ka Greek words which is meta and phero. So, meta meaning above and phero meaning to carry. So, above to carry, tungod it carries the reader above the literal sensory realm into the invisible imagination. Gikan sa literal sensory na feel og na experience na i-transfer into invisible imagination sa mga dili makita nga imagination. In other term, exist turns to wala nag-exist pareha ng mga might tuo nga di tinuod kasagaran ni siya siya gigamit sa mga philosophical and theological or mga theory discussion. Soul making is poetry making. The word making in soul making comes out on the Greek word "phoio," which means to be the author, maker of something. Our English words poet, poem, and poetry come in personal phrases but by intelligent force. So then, soul making is really psycho, physis, or soul. So, ang soul making is so poetry making. Ang making gikan sa word nga "phoio," meaning maging author or maker of something. So, ang poet, poem, poetry, gikan ni siya sa phoio or making a word. Then in this point, the making dili gikan or gabi sa impersonal phrases or mga related realities sa author. Gikan ni siya sa intelligent forces sa mga kaalaman maong ang soul making kay sa psychosis. It can evoke and touch our emotions through imaginary.
The four categories of soul making: crafting images, crafting stories, crafting instrument, and crafting moments. First is the crafting images. So crafting images, it is representing personal perspective with vision of images. Crafting images, it involves creating visual presentation through various medium like drawing, painting, digital art, or photography. It's about conveying ideas, emotion, or messages visually, often using techniques like compassionation, color theory, and perspective to engage and communicate with viewers effectively. The crafting stories is the moment we write, engrave, and describe our own thought, ideas, commentaries, criticisms, and positive and negative emotions. So, the crafting stories, it's involved the art of creating narratives whether in written form, through oral traditions, or visual media like movies or graphic novels. It encompasses developing characters, settings, plot, themes, and dialogue to engage and captivate an audience. It's about viewing together the elements such as conflict, resolutions, and emotional resonance to evoke specific reactions and provoke thought or feelings in the audience. The third one is the crafting instrument. The crafting instrument is an instrument creates sound which is said to be a bridge to the unknown. Crafting an instrument in the context of soul making could be a metaphorical, suggesting the intentional constructions or development of something that resonate deeply with one's essence or inner being. It implies a process of self-discovery and self-expression, where each element of the instrument represents facet of the individual identity, experiences, and aspiration. The last categories of soul making is crafting movements. Life is movement, full of different rhythm and full of flowing images accompanied by narratives. Crafting movement in soul making sounds like profound concept related to personal growth and development. It could imply the deliberate effort to create change and progress in one's inner being, refining one's character, belief, and values over time. This process might involve engaging in meaningful experiences, reflecting on one's thought and actions, and actively seeking out opportunities for growth and transformations. Ultimately, it's about nurturing the essence of one's souls and continuously evolving toward a more authentic and fulfilling existence.
So here are the 5 phases of soul making. First is seeking or seeker. Seeking in soul is making refers to the active pursuit of self-discovery, growth, and understanding through introspection, learning, and experiences. It involves seeking out of opportunities for personal development, reflecting on one's beliefs, values, and striving to live authentically and meaningfully. So, second is settling. Soul making is about communicating as profoundly as possible with the soul, with other human and non-human being, and this means the future of humans and non-humans with the world. This means settling in soul making can refer to the opposite of seeking. It's when one becomes complacent or stagnant in their personal growth journey. Settling may involve avoiding challenges, resisting change, or accepting a less fulfilling life than one could potentially have. It's about being content with the status quo rather than actively engaging in a process of self-discovery and growth. Surrendering in soul making involves letting go of control and accepting what cannot be changed or controlled. It's about acknowledging and embracing life's uncertainties, challenges, and imperfections rather than resisting or fighting against them. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Instead, it's about finding peace and wisdom in midst of difficulties and trusting in the process of growth and transformation. And the fourth one is soul making. Soul making is the fourth stage in which the individuals transition from a stage of improving reflective and practice to become a practitioner of soul making. So, soul making is a philosophical and spiritual concept that suggested the purpose of human existence involves the development and refinement of the soul. It implies that life experiences, particularly struggles, challenges, and personal growth, contribute to the evolutions and enrichments of one's inner being. The term is often associated with the works of philosophers and theologians such as John Keats and John Hick, who explored ideas, suffering, and adversity that serve as catalysts, spiritual growth, and realization of one's true self. So the last one is soaring. When we begin the journey that we most wish it is to soar, to conquer our worldly experiences, materials, realities, to travel. Soaring in soul making symbolizes reaching higher levels of spiritual growth, fulfillment, and transcendence. It represents a state of elevated consciousness, inner peace, and harmony with oneself and the universe. Soaring in soul-making involves experiencing moments of profound insight, connection, and enlightenment that propel one's journey of self-discovery and personal transformation to new heights. It's about transcending limitation, expanding awareness, and aligning with the highest aspirations of the soul.